Hello again there, guys. Welcome to the live stream. We're going to try this whole Bannerlord thing one more time. I know we've had 2 weeks of a bit of instability with Tail World servers, but I've got a good feeling about tonight. So we're here spectating the Sunday KTE event, and we've got a brand new map that I think was tested for the first time last week, but today we're playing a nighttime version of it. So what you're looking at here is a nice Spanish castle map, and we're playing a siege where one team that starts down here has to make their way through various challenges and try to take the castle. And guys, it's going to be pretty epic tonight, I'm not going to lie. When we tested this last week, it was pretty good, and the developers of this map have gone away and made some changes since then. A couple of balancing updates, a couple of new features, a couple of new surprises. So we'll see what comes out of that. So stick with me. We're going to enjoy tonight, and we're just gonna witness this epic battle unfold. So let's have a quick run through the map and see what we're dealing with today. Over here we've got the start location for one of the teams. And just for you guys less familiar with Bannerlord, we are currently in the warm-up phase. So this is basically where everyone spawns in, gets themselves familiar with the map before the event officially begins. Gotta say, guys, the map maker for this one's done a fantastic job for the nighttime version. This one looked cool during the daytime, but it looks even better at night. So we're just gonna have a little run through the entire castle. But you can see here, this is one of the gates that the attackers have got to overcome. And as we move further down, you can see there is another gateway which the attackers will need to get through as well. So one of the nice things about this map is that the developer has really thought about it. Although the obvious method of attack is all the way down that central avenue that you can see in the middle, there are plenty of side options, so the defenders are going to have to watch out to make sure that none of the opposing forces sneak around the edges. So let's, before the battle begins, we're in the warm-up phase right now, let's get a little look at what some of these sideway attack options are. So the attackers will be starting down here, and rather than going across the bridge, they've got the option to go down these steps. They can attack underneath the bridge. This is one possible avenue. You can see here they've got this nice platform that brings them round the sides, and they can actually attack up these ladders. So the ladders are going to make it pretty difficult for them to get enough men into the breach in one go, but certainly they'll want to send a few men here just to apply pressure and keep as many men as possible away from the main assault. We've also, on the other side of this initial gate, you can see here we've got some ladders that take the players up onto this rampart here. They can attack around the side of this fishing port. So you can see that in order for it to kind of make sense, the mappers haven't actually had like a direct beach connection. So it does look a little bit like, the attackers have had to get a little bit of siege ladders here to make their way across onto these additional parts over here. So as we move around, the attackers will need to come up these stairs, and they'll be able to attack along this avenue here, which is quite narrow. But they've also got this option along the dockyard here, so they can attack around here, back up the steps. So the defenders are going to have to watch out for, I believe, 4 different avenues of attack when they're defending this first gate. If and when this first gate falls, they'll be able to pull back the refuge of the inner castle or the inner keep. So guys, I am going to be keeping an eye on chat tonight, so I might not respond straight away if we're in the middle of some spicy bits, but I'm going to keep one eye on it. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, or just want to say hi, give me a comment and I'll pick them up during the stream. Speaking of which, Gillen, I can see you've beaten everyone to it. Yeah, honestly, it's going to be a great one tonight. This event's been a long time in the making, I'm not going to lie. The guys have spent a lot of time, A, overcoming some of the issues with Bannerlord servers at the moment, but B, also just setting up this very beautiful beautiful map. So the map is made by a player called Anana. And yeah, they're a really, really good map maker. They've made this one among some other top Bannerlord maps. Let's just say that we will watch their career with interest. Sounding like Palpatine over here. So let's have a look at some of the clans. So we've got 5 more minutes until the battle begins, according to the admin. So I think we're just at that point now where we're waiting for all the different clans to join the event. And once they're all spawned in, we can get this battle underway. So who have we got down here? I'm not familiar yet with every single clan that plays in these events, but I'll give you guys an introduction to the ones that I know. So these guys here are called the Great Vault Empire, or Great Vault Empire. We've seen them a couple of times in some of my videos, but every time we've seen these guys on the field, they are excellent, excellent fighters. So I'm looking forward to see what these guys can achieve in this one. Over here, I think we've got some newcomers to the event. These are known as the Veil, which I believe is Game of Thrones inspired. I think, you know, you can probably tell by the armor sets here. Yeah, it looks very Game of Thrones, doesn't it? George R.R. Martin would be proud. So I haven't seen these guys fight on the battlefield before, but we'll be paying close attention because I'll be very, very interested to see how they perform. Let's see who else we've got. This guy here all by himself. This guy belongs to a Bannerlord household clan that's been around for ages, Blood Diamond. These guys are extremely, extremely brave on the battlefield. You know, you often see them heading in first thing, often seeking to get to the front lines first to steal the glory for themselves. Let's see who else we've got. These white and black checkered players who are forming up in a very, very nice formation, I gotta say. These are known as the Teutonic Order. So, I mean, I assume they're inspired by the real life order. But, yeah, the few times I've seen these guys play, You'll probably recognise them from one of my recent videos. There's one thing I always notice about these guys. In matches, it always seems to be them left till the very last man. So whether that's because they stay at the back or because their fighters are just so good, we'll have to find out during this battle, I think. But I suspect it's probably going to be the latter. Very nice. But they look extremely formidable. Extremely formidable in their heavy armor. If you're just joining us, guys, welcome to the Medieval Siege live stream. It's going to be a good one tonight. So let's see who else we've got. We move down the coastline. It seems like we've got a few clans hanging out around the edges. Who have we got down here? This is another one of my favorite clans, guys. This is the Kingdom of the Franks, who you'll probably recognize from the thumbnail for this video. They are certainly a French-inspired clan. I can't remember if they are French or not, but you guys will have to let me know on that one. So it looks like we are shortly beginning the battle. 12 seconds left on the clock. Honestly, guys, I can't wait to get this one underway. It's going to be so good. 3 seconds. Here we go. Good luck to both teams. Let's get this thing started. So we're going to start on the attacker's side down here, where all the troops are spawning in. You'll often see along a lot of the modded multiplayer events, rather than everyone spawning in one go, they trickle in just because it helps the servers, you know, perform a little bit better as the battle begins. If everyone spawns in at once, it has been known to cause server crashes. So really, really good shout from the modding community here. So the clans are all just beginning to form up. You can see the Great Bold Empire over here again. Looks like they are bringing a number of archers, forming the ranged battalion of the attackers tonight. And we've also got Blood Diamond, who are pushing up the siege equipment. So, oh, in fact, I lied. This is not Blood Diamond. This is another Game of Thrones inspired clan by the looks of it. Not sure the name of this one, but it'll be interesting to see how they perform. So guys, if anyone here is less familiar with Bannerlord battles, basically there's a series of flags, and the attackers have to capture them one by one before their morale runs out. So you can see at the top of the screen there, we've got those red stars, and the attackers will need to keep capturing flags in order to make sure their morale stays high. If it drops to 0, then that's game over for the attackers, and the defenders win. So the defenders are already pushing outwards. They've decided to hold the line here at this choke point, and we've got Kingdom of the Franks in the front line. This shield wall looks magnificent, guys. Just look at the number of arrows they've already soaked up. I mean, this is Bannerlord at its finest, I'm telling you. So a couple of attackers defending the siege equipment. The Kingdom of Hordaland, they're forming the majority of the front line. They are going to go in very shortly in order to try and prevent the siege equipment from being held back. It does look like Kingdom of the Franks are trying to maintain their shield wall to stop the siege equipment coming through, but it just looks like that forward momentum is a little bit too much for them to push back. So it looks, guys, Flag A has already been captured by the attackers, which is excellent, excellent news. I think the defenders, because it was so far out, decided there was no point in holding that one, so they decided to fall back to the safety of the main gate. So already you can see the main attack going down the main avenue. We've got a few archers here in the back line. These blue ones, I believe, belong to the Kingdom of Hordaland. It's the clan that I play for, guys, the guys in the blue, but they're a Viking-inspired clan. So the two teams, although they're made up of lots of smaller clans, in this particular mod pack, they're known as the Freeborn clans, who are currently attacking. And then the, do you know what? I can't remember the name of the defensive clan, but it begins with a V. Kingdom of Valathar, that's the one. So Kingdom of Valathar are defending. And actually you can see here, there is a guy who's already attacking round the sides. And this is what I meant about this earlier. You've got to make sure that you apply a little bit of pressure even around these side points. So here we go, guys. Attackers are at the main gates. They've got the battering ram loaded and ready to go. They will need to break down this door as quickly as possible. Because remember that morale bar at the top? They got to keep making progress. If they don't, it'll be over for them before you know it. So let's see what's happening around the left-hand side. Looks like we've got a few archers from the defenders who are making a brave stand here. Not sure the name of this clan, but they look very, very cool. Very cool indeed in that black silver armor. But Kingdom of Hordaland are paying attention. You can see here these three guys, their shields out, and they're defending the men coming down the main walkway. So playing passive, but they're doing an extremely good job at protecting their allies. Moving around the side here, you can see the attackers are trying to maintain a bit of pressure, and I don't know if you saw that. There was a catapult that came in there and took out a few archers. That was a brilliant, brilliant move. And actually, it looks like the attackers are already up here. So you got this blue guy from a front clan called Le Couron Francais. He's fighting off against one of the men from the Teutonic Order. Let's see these guys in their little duel, see who wins it. Correction, Le Couron Francais are on the defenders' side. It's the Teutonic Order who are the attackers. Short King, welcome to the live stream, buddy. Really, really glad to hear it. I'm pretty new to this, so you'll have to let me know if you've got any suggestions about the stream, but I don't know about you. Feels like it's going alright so far. Little improvements with every single one. But the attackers are now in the back lines of the main gate. Kingdom of the Franks were holding the main entrance, but they've come to realise that they're being surrounded on both sides. I think we're about to witness these guys get cut down. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yep, and there it is. The last stand of the Kingdom of the Franks. They get charged from both sides and they are forced to make a retreat. I think that's it, guys. It looks like the attackers have claimed that central point. Very well played to them. The capture point is on the rooftop here, and actually the fact that it's gone means they must already have taken it. That was a brilliant, brilliant, bold push from the attackers. Very well played. So far they've made some good progress. Started down here at the base camp. They've moved all the way along the bridge, using every single avenue of attack. and they've managed to make their way to the main gate for the inner keep. So there are still 5 flags left on the field that the attackers need to take. But yeah, so far so good. It looks like they're in the middle taking flag C, which we can see just here on the main rampart. Mitsui, thank you, buddy. So those black and silver archers that we saw before, they are from Host, Knights Hospitaller. The guys that you can see here, one of them in their black shield with the white cross. Here he is. So they were the archers from that same clan. The defenders are doing a really good job here. Although they can't quite take the capture point back, they are managing to successfully hold the attackers at this bridge at the moment. Although it does look like the attackers are trying to get below and up this staircase to circumnavigate them and get behind. Thanks, Short King. I appreciate that, buddy. It's really nice to get a bit of positive feedback sometimes. I do just make these videos for the fun of it, really. There's not a lot of money in YouTube. But there's just something about these battles. It's worth sharing with everyone. So the attackers have made it to the walls. Look, they've actually lifted the ladders. And they are ascending in order to take the ramparts. Looking up there, it looks like a few of the defenders have actually got up there. So they're expecting them and they're ready for the attack. The attackers, I mean, they're getting absolutely destroyed on this side. I think getting up here onto the ramparts was always going to be a really, really difficult fight. But I think as long as the attackers keep sending a couple of men, that's going to distract a lot of the defenders. Because look, the attackers have got 4 men coming up, but the defenders probably have a good 10, 20 guys here. So, you know, you can see the benefit of the attackers maintaining the pressure. So, 7 people on the live stream. How's everyone doing tonight? We're currently watching a siege for Bannerlord, and I gotta say, guys, it's a spicy one so far. I'm just gonna recap for the guys that are joining us. The attackers have managed to make it all the way from their starting location through the main first gate. They're just about to make their way into the main keep, and look at this! There's a massive push up the tower here, so you can see this tower has been partially destroyed, probably by some catapult fire, and the attackers are making an ascent. It doesn't look like the defenders are aware of this side attack that's coming through because they haven't sent a single man to defend this hallway. So the attackers are going to flood into the main keep and hopefully attack from behind, distract the defenders long enough for their main forces to make it through the main gates. So defenders have got archers stationed up here on the keep. They've got a really, really nice vantage point into the main courtyard there, so the attackers are going to have to watch out. I mean, the attackers are doing pretty good. I mean, we saw this event last week, and I'm telling you now, the attackers took much longer to get to this point. You know, they were almost out of morale, so they are making extremely good progress today. I know the map's had a bit of balancing since the last one, and I think some tweaking has actually been done to the spawn time, so probably a really important thing to mention. The way I think the developers balance this, the attackers, whenever they die, they basically get to spawn in a little bit quicker than the defenders. So the defenders, because they have the more defensive points, their spawn times are a little bit increased. So if they die, I'm not sure the exact ratio, I'll see if I can find out for the next stream, but they basically just take longer to come back to life, whereas the attackers can keep a nice steady stream of men flooding in. And you can see here a number of the attackers who are spawning back in are already making their way to the front lines. So let's zoom in, get a bit more of a closer look at the action. You can see on the ramparts there, the attackers still aren't making good progress, but through this main courtyard seems to be where things are going the best for them at the moment. They are currently at the main gate. The Teutonic Order have got their shields up, facing the archers who are up on the ramparts, just trying to fire down and get some kills. But honestly, guys, as the attackers have been so well organised, it's going to be really tough for the archers to get any good hits. I guess if they just fire over the top of these shields, they might just be able to get some headshots here if their aim is true. But that's a tough shot, guys. Really tough shot. So let's go through the gate, and we'll see how it's looking from the defender's side. The Huron Francais here is doing a fantastic job at holding back the flood here. Although they're not necessarily getting any kills, you can see here all of the men have a nice forward momentum. They're pushing forwards, and if they can just hold the defenders here, I mean, there's nothing the defenders can do. I think if I was the attackers, I would maybe reduce the number of men here. Well, I mean, actually, I say that. It's starting to look like maybe they need more. The other defenders are making a push out here. It looks like maybe they're trying to retake the courtyard. That's great use for the archers up here. So these are the archers from Host Knights Hospitaller. They are firing down. In fact, no, this isn't Knights Hospitaller. This is the Vale, I believe. We just have very, very similar colours. Here you go. This guy's from Host Knights Hospitaller with silver and black armour. While the attackers are in disarray down here, that's going to create some great opportunities for the defender archers. Because those targets are going to be much easier to hit when they're running around and have no time to concentrate on the arrows. We did see a couple of the attackers' archers on the walls here. It looks like they've all been taken out by the defenders' archers. Look at this guy here. May he rest in peace. That was a great shot from the defenders up here. You can just see the number of arrows flooding into the courtyard. It's almost a shame that the control point that was here was taken so early, because if it just lasted a few more seconds, I feel like the attackers might have been able, or the defenders might have been able to take that back. Hey, Short Cling, glad to hear it, buddy. Did you which clan did you join out of interest? There's so many on the field today, but was it one from this event, or was it one from one of the other many Bannerlord events that we have going these days? So it looks like the attackers are slowly getting up the ramparts. In fact, yeah, look, you can see a huge push from the attackers here. Loads and loads and loads of men heading up, trying to take the castle. I think this could be it, guys, for the attackers. I think they've lost the foothold here. Sorry, guys, I keep getting attackers and defenders mixed up. I'll sort it out for the next one. But you guys know what I'm saying, don't you? We've got here the Teutonic Order with their shields up, playing very defensive, just blocking the line so that more and more men can flood into the gap. We do have a few archers up here, but I think this is a real good push. If the attackers can make their way up here, they can dislodge a lot of the archers who are situated up here at the top. You can see here archers on the ramparts have a really nice clear shot down here. And actually, I didn't spot this earlier. The attackers actually have a second avenue of attack down here. So they are moving into this tower, which I think might be a little bit of an issue for us to get inside with the camera. But we'll watch. It looks like they've got the opportunity to go up to the top floor or down to the bottom and come out this lower exit here, which is exactly what they're doing. So they've broken into the inner courtyard. This is what I mean, guys. There's so many avenues of attack here. The defenders really have to watch out for that, because you can see here the defenders were holding this choke point, completely missed the fact that the attackers had a huge force coming round the rear. And I think that's it, guys. The attackers have broken into the inner courtyard finally. They've got a couple more flags to take. It looks like flag E, which is on top of the castle wall here, is currently going down. If the attackers can take flag E, they can take flag F, and then finally, I believe the final flag is around here somewhere. Is it in the main courtyard? Not sure where the main flag is, but we'll see it when it comes to that part. You know, if the attackers can make it that far. But based on how they're going so far, I think they're in for a pretty good chance, guys. Pretty good chance indeed. I've never seen a clan make such good progress on this map before. So we'll just get another bird's eye view for a bit. Have a little look around. You can see more attackers just flooding into the gate here. The defenders are really going to have to try hard now. I think the archers situated up here, they're going to have to take out as many of those men as possible before they make it to the front line. But you can see here, guys, so many dead archers from the defenders. Although they've got superior positions, the attackers' archers are doing a really good job at keeping them distracted and even taking a few of them out. But here we've got a big push from the Kingdom of Hordaland. going into the main breach. And it's in this inner courtyard where the main fight seems to be taking place. Well, I've got to say, guys, I can see a lot of men from the attackers here, but not very many from the defenders. Here's hoping they've got an answer up their sleeve. I mean, it is looking a little bit precarious for the attackers. If you look at the morale, so that's the red bar. It was looking a bit depleted there. You know, it was down to half morale, but actually with the capture of flag E, which was just here, it looks like they've just topped up their morale just a little bit more to keep themselves in the fight. So they're in the middle of taking control point F. If they can keep up the momentum, I think this is going to be a sure victory for them. Kingdom of Borderland there forming a nice shield wall around the control points, while their allies do most of the fighting around them. They're just trying to make sure that the defenders can't get anywhere near it. This is what I mean, guys. You just get tactics in these online events. It's so much better than anything that vanilla Bannerlord can provide. So here we are. Another big push. Reinforcements from the defenders coming out of the main doorway there. You've got archers from the defenders. Lots of them all across the walls up here. Looks very authentic medieval. And actually they are making a huge push now. Looks like most of the defenders are on this side of the wooden fence. You just need to push a little bit further forwards. Look, you can see they are beginning to take flag F back. Oh, it's going back up though. I mean, this is really close. That flag is going up and down as the attackers and defenders begin to take it back. But I think the attackers do seem to have the upper hand at the moment. You can see here on the UI at the top on flag F, we've got 34 seconds remaining on the clock. Oh, but look at this. The defenders have managed to take it back. Well, if they can top that up, they can reset the timer and make it even more difficult for the attackers again. I mean, the defenders have a long time that they need to hold on. So if they can take this back, that's going to be exactly the win that they need. Men from Kingdom of the Franks are coming around the side here. It looks like we do have a small attack from the attackers coming around the flanks here. And to be fair, although they probably won't expect to make a big push on this side, just distracting the defenders is all they need to do. A bit like we saw earlier. If a handful of men, like 5 men, can keep 20 of the defenders distracted, that's all they need to do. Win the main courtyard. The attackers are taking back control point F. And it's looking pretty strong right now. Once again, Kingdom of Borderland forming a nice defensive line around the flag. Let's see if they can hold on to it this time. With 22 seconds left on the flag clock, if they can hold it for just that amount of time, they'll be able to get through. Hey, Short King, really good choice of clan, buddy. Yep, Kingdom of Borderland is one of my favourites as well. If anyone is watching this stream and wants to get involved in these events, honestly, the skill level required is nothing. You can be an absolute newbie, never played Bannerlord before, and anyone is welcome to join these events. You just have to join one of the participating clans and they'll show you exactly what you've got to do. So here in the main tower, you can see Kingdom of Borderland making their way up to the top. I'll try and navigate the camera around here. It is a little bit difficult with the Bannerlord controls. The camera can be pretty janky, but we'll try our best. There we go, pip through the wall a little bit. The defenders are holding on as best as they can. The attackers just keep coming. They're continuing to scale the tower all the way up to the top floor. Making some really good progress. So let's make our way up to the top. See what's happening. We've got a last stand from the attackers, from the defenders, should I say. Oh, okay, so this right here, this is the last flag remaining. So just look, guys, if we zoom out, the attackers started way back there in the camp that you can see in the distance. They managed to get across the entirety of the castle, all the way to the last stand here from the defenders. With the with the fall of this tower, I think that's it, guys. We're about to see a victory from the Freeborn clans over the Kingdom of Valathar today. But don't bleed by any means. You know, I think what's going to happen is, as soon as this tower's been taken, we're going to move on to the second round, where the teams will switch, and the Freeborn clans will go on the defensive as the Kingdom of Valathar attacks them instead. I think that's it, guys. The attackers, yeah, they've got this. The defenders are going to have such a hard job trying to break into this tower now and scale to the top. Yeah, there's one entranceway here, and the attackers just have it covered. Look, you can see the defenders, and yeah, there it is. So that is a victory to the Freeborn clans in that first round. I mean, to be fair, this map is still being balanced. In the last one that we played last week, it was impossible for the attackers, so it looks like maybe today the developers of this map have got the balance a little bit more right, which is great. But I think one round, probably not conclusive enough. You know, we'll let them play out a few more and see whether it is possible for the defenders to make it. I think we'll find out pretty quickly in this round that we're about to start. So guys, while we're waiting for the next one, I have been putting a little bit of effort into the live streams. You'll notice that today I exist in a nice little golden circle with my name just along the bottom. I thought that was a nice little touch. Give me a high five if you think it's looking good. It's nothing special, you know, they're maybe not as good as some of the pro live streamers out there, but I was quite happy with my handiwork. A bit of Photoshop magic. Yeah, Nitsui, honestly, the host archers there did a fantastic job at defending the castle. I honestly love to see the number of kills they racked up. I bet that was probably half the defender kills. So I think the map organisers are just updating some of the settings. So we'll just bear with them for a second, but the second round will begin pretty soon. Loaf, of course you can, buddy. So obviously, if you want to join any of the clans that you see in here, just give a shout in the chat. Somebody will know the names of the clans, but the clan that I play for, Viking inspired one, the Kingdom of Hordeland, I'll put a link to their Discord below. Absolutely anyone is welcome to join. It doesn't matter about your skill level. You know, you can be a pro or you can be a newbie. You know, the clans that play these, they're all pretty friendly, and they accept people of all ages and all skill level. I think the only thing they do ask is that, you know, you meet the age requirements for Bannerlord as a game itself. But assuming you do, then it's all good. But yeah, Loaf, obviously I can put Kingdom of Hordeland forwards. Great clan to start with, but obviously, you know, branch out. I'll go with some of the other clans if you feel like it and find one that's right for you. Depending on where you're from, you know, Kingdom of Hordeland's a English-speaking clan, but there's plenty of French, Polish, and other European clans in the mix as well. So we'll just move on to spectator mode. We're just in the warm-up phase as all the clans spawn in. So that last round was pretty epic. I was actually really surprised with how well the defenders did there and the attackers. Looking at the comments down there, it does look like a little bit of balancing is going to take place. Maybe they're going to spawn a few additional clans and move them over to the defenders' side, just to make it a little less one-sided so we can have a bit of a closer fight for this next one. There you go, so Loaf, Nitsui belongs to the Nux Hospitaller. He's just informed us that they are an 18+ clan. But yeah, Nitsui, if you want anyone to join, buddy, absolutely post a link to their Discord in the comments. In fact, to be fair, I invite any clan that's watching this live stream that wants to try and recruit some new players. Yeah, post your links and let everyone know what you're all about. So after just 2 iterations, this new castle map is looking great. Anna, who develops this one, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next with this. Let's put it that way. So we're currently up at 11 concurrent viewers. Welcome to the live stream, guys. For anyone that hasn't seen the channel before, I'm Fiefdom, and this channel is all about large-scale medieval or historic battles. So traditionally, you'll see a lot of Bannerlord fights like this one on this channel, but I also play a couple of other games, you know, that kind of revolve around large historic battles. War of Rights being another one set during the American Civil War. So whatever game you're into, if you like large multiplayer battles, then this is absolutely a channel for you. Obi Mel Kenobi, welcome to the live stream. Sorry to hear that. I mean, the clan that I play for, we always start the events around 8 PM CET, which is Central European time. But there might be other clans out there that start at different times. I think probably the thing you got to do is just get out there, post a few things in the Bannerlord forums, and I don't know. I'm not aware of a clan that plays at different times, but there could be some out there. It's worth a check. But here, guys, look, the defenders have made a massive push this time. So remember, the teams have swapped. The team that was attacking before is now defending. And you can see here they've decided to make a bold push to the front line just to see if they can hold the battering ram back. So far, so good, but being this close to the spawn for the attackers, I just think they're just not going to have the spawn rate that can keep up with the attackers. And look here, we've got Knights of the Vale heading down the beachfront. Dunkirk style. They are making a huge push towards this side port attack. As they come down here, their men going up the ladders. Honestly, they're going to have to make use of every single ladder. They just need to get that footfall going up to the top. Although the defenders do seem to have it covered, so that's going to make it extremely difficult for the attackers to get over. But as long as they can keep up the momentum, take out a few of the defenders, they might just be able to spearhead an attack on this side. And actually, it looks like it's going okay so far. The defenders are falling back to a slightly easier to hold choke point here. You can see as well, arrows from the attackers are coming down the sides and hitting them in the flanks. So I think holding it here with their shields up, forming a nice defensive shield wall, was absolutely the right decision. We've got the Knights of the Teutonic Order here, looking magnificent as they always do. Okay, but they've decided to go on the offensive. Looks like they've spotted a slight lull in the attackers coming forwards. They've decided to take back positions. Oh, guys, this is so back and forth. I love it. Let's go back to the main lines and see how things are getting on. Okay, so the battering ram has made its way all the way to the front. The Kingdom of the Franks here in their blue and yellow shields, they are currently knocking on the defender's door. Very politely so, I might add. Maybe they just want to deliver a parcel, you know what I mean? Looks like the outer door has opened. The attackers are currently moving in to see if they can get through. So it's probably not as close as it looks, because the doors haven't actually fallen yet, and the defenders can still close them. I think they've kept them open just so they can get men into the breach, but obviously they'll be able to close those doors before the attackers get through. Oh, and look up here, you can see archers firing through into the attackers below. I don't think we saw this in the last one. Sorry guys, a little bit of awkward clipping there from the game, but yeah, that main gate assault is going pretty well so far. So the attack around this side, it's pretty much dried up, but oh my goodness guys, just look at the number of bodies here. I mean, the attack has been brutal around here. Honestly, if we look at the kills, the defenders are going to rack up so many kills here. But, you know, that's why we've got the difference in the spawn rates, is to make it a little bit fair for the attackers. Oh, so look at this. Knights of the Vale going round the right-hand flank this time, making a really bold push all the way up the steps here. We didn't really see this get utilised in the last game, so seeing a clan make a huge push up here could work. You know, this side can be tough, because obviously they've got to contend with the fact that there's only one at a time that can scale the walls. But as long as the defenders don't get too many men up here, they should be okay. Although, you know what? They probably have enough to defend against the numbers that are coming up. You know, as long as you got at least 5 men up here, there's pretty much no way for the attackers to get through. So that's unfortunate. Really, really great shout from the Vale to apply pressure to both sides, but I'd be surprised if they managed to make it through here. Let's put it that way. Oh, nice one, Short King. Yeah, exactly. So if you're finding that these European events aren't really at the times that you can play, it sounds like maybe joining one of the American clans might be a good shout, because obviously they'll be playing much later than we are here. Because while it's 8 PM here, you know, I think they're going to be at least 5 or 6 hours behind us. So the defenders are only just holding on here. You can see here the attackers haven't got through this gate, but you can see that they are trying to break it down. Oh, guys, I think this might be it. Can the defenders hold on here? We've got the Great Bold Empire, the turquoise and white flag. We've got the Kingdom of Portland, who are the Viking clan that I play for. They are holding this gate by all means necessary. So far, so good, but you know, you can see that that line is extremely thin. Gonna need reinforcements. Have we got any coming? Yeah, look, here we go. This is exactly what the defenders needed at this exact moment. Let's zoom out. Have we got any pushes on the other sides? Round here on the dockyards, looks like there is a small fight breaking out as the attackers try to get round. I mean, this could work. The attackers have a lot of men here. They just need to fight this small force, get around the backs. You know, if they can cause enough of a distraction for the people holding this main gate, it might be just enough for the attackers to get through. So let's jump up here, have a little look at the archers firing down, just poking their heads out. That guy there, that was an impressive maneuver. He just fell out of the gap. And look at this, guys. The attackers are almost through the main gate. I think the defenders are just running out of numbers. There's not a lot they can do at this point. They just need to do whatever they can to plug the gap. But I think we might just be on the cusp of the attackers taking this main gate, and in the nick of time as well. If you look at the scores at the top, the attackers are down to less than 2 stars of morale. If they don't take the next control point soon, that's going to be it for them. And you can see at the top here, control point B is the flag that they've got to take. Oh, and the Teutonic Order. Just look at the organization here, guys. They are ready for it. They are ready for the last stand. I mean, look at this. This is a thumbnail right here, isn't it? What a beautiful sight. Let's get down here and see what the attackers see. If I just look back up. Oh, man. I would not want to be the attackers. Oh, look at that guy. That's absolutely brutal. But the attackers have no option. They literally have half a star left, and they have to take it. I mean, I don't see any attackers coming up right now. Where are they? They're all preoccupied at the main gate down there. If they don't get up in the next couple of seconds, that's it. It's game over. They're not going to take this round. Oh, and there it is. The Freeborn clans successfully defend the castle. So, I don't know, guys. I feel like the map's pretty balanced this week. We've had 1 victory for the attackers and 1 victory for the defenders. So that feels pretty good to me. So I think we're going to keep on going. I think there's a set time limit on the event for about an hour since it starts. So I think we've got time for at least another round. But, you know, we've got no curfew. We're going to sit here and spectate until the event ends, either through crashes or naturally coming to an end. Then about you guys, it's really nice actually tonight to finally take part in a Bannerlord event that isn't plagued by the current server issues that Tail Worlds are having right now. Yeah, I mean, if anyone's been on some of the other live streams this week, you'll probably have noticed that we've had to draw quite a few of them to a close, you know, just because servers aren't playing ball. So here we are once again, the same map. So guys, sometimes in events, switch between maps, but for this one, this map needs a really, really good balance test for the future. So I think we're going to stick with this one for the remainder of the live stream. But I don't know about you, I'm very happy to watch some more on this one. It's such a beautiful map. And it'll be interesting to see this time whether the attackers can successfully make their way to the inner keep like we saw in the first round. To be fair, I don't know if that second round was equal to the first one that we saw. Because I know the map makers might be slightly tweaking the settings, the spawn rates and things between rounds. So yeah, so exactly. So just take the scores with a pinch of salt. Julius, indeed. PTOD, that's the Teutonic Order, isn't it? I saw that amazing, incredible stand at the top of the tower there in the last round. I mean, we all got a nice view of that. That was epic. That was really, really well played. It looked like the attackers were just about to break through, but they just couldn't make it past that final wall. Really, really well played. So guys, I am watching chat tonight. So if you have any questions about the battle or just want to say hi, you know, ping me a cheeky message and I'll try and respond to each message that comes through. So while we're here, one thing we haven't done is we haven't seen the back of the castle and how it looks from the other side. Should we have a little stroll around and see what parts of the castle look like that we haven't really seen too much of yet? So around the back here, we have got the big main keep. I don't think that has an interior. I think it's just one of the main Bannerlord assets. But if you look here, this is the inner courtyard where the defenders spawn. There isn't a control point here, which makes it quite safe for them. But yeah, you'll probably remember in the last round, a lot of the archers would have spawned here, headed up those stairs, would have been defending against the attackers from these walls here. Very nice views. And you know, Anna, who made this castle map, has put a lot of thought into the defensive positions. All too often in Bannerlord, you see castles where, sure, they look pretty, but when you look at them from a defensive standpoint, they don't look too realistic. I think what we've got here is an extremely realistic looking castle. You know, obviously, if you ignore the sort of side access points, which I guess you probably wouldn't have, the actual shape of the castle is absolutely like something you would have seen in medieval times, let's put it that way. So, 14 people on the live stream. Welcome, guys. Welcome. We are just moving into round 3. So, you can see here the defenders spawning in. They're going to make a bold push, I think. Try and delay the attackers for as long as possible. I think for them, the main place to hold is going to be this first gate. You've got to remember, it's all about the control points. The first one is all the way over here near the attacker spawns. The defenders may want to make a push out, try and take this back, but I don't know, it's quite far out. I wouldn't be surprised if the attackers just decide to let that one go. So here we go, guys. Big push from the Kingdom of Hordeland. Looks like we have the Freeborn clans attacking once again. They are making a bold push towards the main gate. At the moment, I'm not sure where all the defenders are. It looks like the attackers have far more men on the battlefield. And actually, crikey, are they going to get through the main gate already? Where are all the defenders? They've made it very easy for the attackers to take some ground so far. Looks like a lot of the defenders around here holding the side flank, but maybe they're not aware of that huge push that's in the center. If they're not careful... Oh, that catapult fire coming in. Do you know what, guys? Let's head over to the catapults and let's just see what it's like to be an artilleryman. So remember, these two guys right here, they are players. Oh, and look at that direct hit on the ramparts. Let's see if we can stick around just for one final shot. See if these guys can get a nice hit on the archers at the top there. So these are two players. One of them's loading the catapult, while the other one aims and fires. There you go. Flaming pot goes in. Gets fired. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? The number of archers that just got taken out and fell to their deaths there. Look, there's one. A couple of archers there. My goodness. That was a fantastic shot. So it looks like the attackers are finally bringing up the battering ram. Although given that there's no defenders on the main bridge at the moment, it almost feels like they don't need it. But probably good to have it to hand just in case the situation changes. So defender archers still have a very healthy number up here. We have archers in the Vale. Down here, we've got a number of attackers from various clans. Again, more men from the Great Gold Empire. Teutonic Order, who are currently going around the sides here. And also a clan holding a red banner. So guys, this one I'm less familiar with. If anyone watching the live stream knows who these guys are, give them a shout out. We'll try and learn them for the next one. So it looks like the defenders have finally got a bit of a grip on this defense now. For a second there, I genuinely thought this was going to be all in the attackers' favours. But the defenders have got a nice, good presence by the main gate now. Kingdom of the Franks doing a really, really good job at holding the front line there. I think given that they're one of the larger clans on the battlefield today, I think them holding the main avenue of attack is a really, really good shout. They have the numbers to hold this all by themselves. If they can just keep the enemy force at bay, hopefully their allies can do a nice defense around the edges as well. One man from Blood Diamond here is broken through. He's doing a really good job at staying alive. But, yeah, that's going to be difficult for him for sure. The Teutonic Order making a push around the sides. Okay, this is looking better. Look, we've got no defenders on top of the ramparts here like we saw last time. So this is going to make it very, very easy for the Teutonic Order to get up that ladder and into the top. They're pretty much uncontested. And look, they're already on top here. Look, so the Teutonic Order, all by themselves, are managing to take the top floor of the gate. I wonder if the attackers know, or the defenders know. I think the defenders are just a little bit too preoccupied down here. Preoccupied, I'm making words up for this stream. Preoccupied down the bottom there, that they just haven't found the top. Okay, look, the Teutonic Order are doing the exact same position that we saw them in the last game, but this time they're not defending, they are the attackers. So they're just making sure that none of the attackers or none of the defenders can get back up here and take the flag back. So they just have to hold this position for 70 more seconds. And if they can do that, then this gatehouse will be well and truly in the attacker's control. Mitsui, you are absolutely the GOAT of this live stream. Thank you very much, buddy. So those red guys that we saw earlier, apparently they are House Blackwood, led by Puma. Thank you very much, sir. So the defenders are doing a good job holding here, and actually if you look at this, Kingdom of the Franks, they've just decided to give up on the gatehouse now. They understand what's going on. They know that there's just too many attackers now, and they're better off consolidating their numbers and holding here. Let's just get a nice view of the shield wall. Look at this, guys. This is beautiful. No other game offers this experience. The attackers come charging in, the Kingdom of Borderland. Shield on shield action. Oh, look at this. Archers on top of this rubble, getting some nice shots over their allies. Oh, but guys, look. That's tough. Archers from the attackers. Now that they've taken the gatehouse, they are actually forming a nice archer line at the top here. And they've got some great shots. I think that was a really good shout, focusing down the defender archers from there. I think the defender archers might just have to bite the bullet and retreat to a slightly more advantageous position. So you can see here, archers from the defenders already starting to set up on the inner keep. Well, look at this. Huge, huge push. The attackers just have a massive momentum here, and the defenders, they don't stand a chance. They got to fall back. Hold this choke point. Let's just hope that enough of them survived in order to hold this. They only just closed the door there. That was very, very close. Archers from the defenders here on the walls. While they can't get a view on the main attacking force, they can absolutely stop as many of the reinforcements for the attackers coming through. So if they can just kill a handful of the guys coming down the bridge here, that's going to make a massive difference. Just imagine, guys, you were one of these men charging across this bridge, assaulting this castle, archers at every single square on top of the ramparts, knowing that you're likely charging towards your death, but you do it anyway. Like to think if I was in a medieval battle, I'd behave exactly the same way. But for now, I'm very happy to have my cushy, nice little spectating desk. So here we go, Kingdom of the Franks, doing an absolutely great job at holding back. But I don't know, let's have a quick look here. Both teams are pushing forwards, and I think the momentum is just in favour of the defenders. They are pushing forwards, but I mean, they don't want to push forwards too far. If they break out of this entranceway, they're going to get surrounded. So I think it's going to be good for them to sit tight for now, not get too aggressive. Again, a bit like we saw in the first round, Teutonic Order making a large push through here. Although this time it does look like the defenders are more aware of the attack. Look, troops from the Couronne Francais heading over here. But there was one. And archers on the ramparts trying to take them out. So I think they're going to be a little bit more restricted with the attack this time around. It's like archers from the defenders are jumping down to these slightly more advantageous points. Yeah, these guys are going to be racking up a lot of kills, especially hitting those guys in the back as they go up the staircase. But I mean, although the defenders were a little bit more prepared this time, the attackers still look very, very strong on this side. And as before, they begin to flood to the main entrance and into the central courtyard. The courtyard is still owned by the defenders. The attackers haven't properly broken through into this point yet, but I think they're just about to. We're just on the cusp of this main gate falling. If Kingdom of the Franks can hold this position forever, but if they get attacked from behind, then this front line is going to crumble pretty quickly. Yeah, Nitsui, I should get you on the live streams more often, buddy. It's really good to have somebody that knows all the clans so well. I'd say I know about 50% of them quite accurately, but yeah, slowly learning the rest. So once again, archers from Knights Hospitaller looking absolutely fantastic in their armour. They've got a great vantage point all the way into the courtyard down here. So I think for the purpose of this live stream, let's call this the outer courtyard, because we've got the outer courtyard here, and then the inner courtyard here where another control point is. So right now, the attackers, while it's taking them a while to get through, they are making the progress that they need. If you look at the morale bar, the attackers are the red team as far as the top bar is concerned. They still have full bar of morale, which means that they can afford to take their time. But at some point, they're going to have to break through into the inner courtyard and begin taking these last 3 control points. It does look like the outer courtyard pretty much belongs to them. I think the attackers, if they're going to take this back, they're going to have to make a push through this gate and try and get out. But I don't know, guys. The attackers just have so many men here. I don't think it's going to be possible. We'll see. I've said that before, and I've been proven wrong. But let's just sit tight for now and see how this unfolds. Huge defender archer presence up here. But the defenders, look, they have their shields facing upwards, and unfortunately, you know, the defenders, they just can't get a good shot. They just can't catch a break. Let's zoom all the way up, see what's happening. Over on this side, the attackers are coming up the ramparts on these 2 siege ladders. Well, 3 if they got the 3rd one into place. It does look like the attackers, the defenders, are doing a good job of pushing those away from the wall. I mean, they're not making a huge push here, but I think in order to take the next courtyard, they're gonna have to start thinking about making a push here. Because, oh, in fact, to be fair, that's exactly what the Knights of the Teutonic Order are doing right now. So we'll come back to them in a second. Without that secondary push, the only option the attackers got through this gate, and they're not going to win if they focus on this gate alone. It's going to be too easy for the defenders to hold it. So let's go back to this flank. See how the attackers are doing. Yeah, look, huge push. Oops, sorry, guys. Not sure what happened there. Clipped through the wall a little bit. But let's go back over here. Have a nice look up the walls. Huge push from the Teutonic Order on this side. Don't think the attackers, unless they get a lot of men there quickly, are going to be able to mount a defense against these numbers. Let's get a nice closer look at the top, shall we? Any more men coming in? I think the attackers are going to have to commit more men to this side if they're going to win this one. Let's move upwards. See how it's looking up here. I mean, the attackers are doing well. There's a lot of bodies of the defenders on the floor here, but at the moment, I think the defenders are just holding it with the men that they've got. I think, like we saw earlier, the attackers just need to do another big push with as many men coming over that wall as possible in quick succession. You know, when they trickle in like this one at a time, it's not going to cut it. They've got to come up in a huge, big push like this, one after the other in a group. With attacks like this, they might just stand a chance at getting through. So the inner courtyard is still safe for the time being. The defenders still have 3 control points left on the battlefield. And if they can hold on to them, they might just be able to win the day. Defenders are losing men though. You can see here, every time a defender dies, reinforcements spawn in to back them up. I mentioned at the beginning of the live stream, guys, but I'm just going to mention it again for the sake of the newcomers. The spawn rates for the defenders are significantly reduced over the attackers. I think the map makers have expected that, or have accepted that the attackers are going to lose way more men just because of the defensive positions that the defenders hold. But that's why they get more spawns coming in. So look, huge push here. It does look like the attackers have more or less taken this wall now. Men are getting up onto the wall unobstructed. The defenders are just holding on to some of these defensive positions. You can see there, they've got some archers on the wall. But I think it's only a matter of time before the defenders lose this position. And look, one of the attackers already coming up, but he's decided to fall back and wait for reinforcements. Although typically, armoured men with shields do have the advantage over archers. Against multiple archers, I mean, yeah, there's no chance. That guy got surrounded and destroyed. Really well played by the archers, mounting their last stand defense up here. And just look, huge push from the attackers here. More men spawning in every second, making their way to the front lines. Oh man, so what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat if you think the attackers have got this one, or whether the defenders can still claw it back. Teutonic Order here, capturing the flags. I have noticed that about the attackers' pushes actually in this game and the first one that they played. While it seems to be the tactic that a lot of clans keep the defenders busy, the Teutonic Order seem to be like the kind of like strike team, the elite strike team that go in and take out the flags, while the rest of the clans distract. We've seen that a lot during this battle. Oh, so look, the attackers have almost got this flag. Look, 6 seconds left on the clock, and their flag E will disappear. And look, they've already taken the one down there from the inner courtyard. That means the defenders have one last stand up here. This is literally the last flag, and it's situated on top of this tower. So the defenders are going to have a really tough time making this last defense. But, you know, the one advantage they do have is that there is only a single narrow choke point up onto this bridge. But you got to remember, every time a defender dies, they spawn back over here at the keep, which means as the attackers whittle the numbers down, the defenders are going to find it more and more difficult. So let's head inside the tower, see what's happening with the battle here. I mean, just look at this. The fight rages on. The attackers are steadily making their way up. But, you know, they've got to be careful, because while they make their way up, they've got to be wary of spawns from the defenders coming in behind them. Blood Diamond here coming up the stairs. They've decided to try and hold choke point out here, which is a really good shout, because if they can stop the attacker reinforcements coming in, that's going to help the rest of their men who are assaulting the main tower here from being stabbed in the back. So it looks like the assault has made its way up to the top level. But here we go, guys. Last stand, and the flag begins to go down. Can the defenders hold on to it? It's pretty divisive at the moment, though. I think the attackers have got this one. Look at that full bar of morale. It's going to be extremely difficult now for the defenders to come back. Not impossible, I might add, but extremely unlikely. You know, we're looking at like a 99-to-1 like ratio of odds here. Hey, Space, welcome to the live stream, bud. Yep, I think you might be right for this one. I think the attackers well and truly have it. And, cheers, my man. I try with these videos. I'm quite passionate about these whole, like, you know, large medieval battles. I just like to bring a little bit to the YouTube community. There we have it, guys. It's just a waiting game now. Defenders have the main tower. Or the attackers have the main tower, should I say. And the defenders are trying their best to spawn in, but they just don't have the numbers. As this round comes to a close, that's going to be 3 rounds, where 2 rounds the attackers won, 1 round was won by the defenders. But guys, I think that's it. Everyone in chat saying GG. We'll stick around for now. I'm not sure if this was the last round, if we'll play one more. And look at that! KOH Toto! Right at the top there, #1 player. I see you, buddy. For those of you guys less familiar, Toto is the leader of Kingdom of Borderland. So it's no surprise at all that he got the most kills there, because he leads from the front. Yeah, and there we go, guys. Look, number of the players leaving the server. So I think that brings the event tonight to a climax and a conclusion. So guys, what did you think about that battle? I thought that was pretty cool. It's not often that you see sort of multiplayer sieges of that size. Let's have a little wash up before we end the live stream. I, for one, think the map was almost balanced. I think maybe, just maybe, the defenders could do with a slightly better spawn rate, and that capture point A, I think it used to be a little bit closer to the gate. They moved it further towards the attacker position, but I think maybe it needs to go somewhere in between, because I noticed in that round that the defenders, they just didn't stand a chance, did they, at taking the first flag. It was the attackers straight away. And yeah, honestly, really, really good event tonight. Really good. I mean, this is Bannerlord at its finest. It's just an experience that no other game offers. So anyone that's made it to this point in the live stream or video, if you're watching it back, you know, not in real time, yeah, if you fancy joining any of the clans, I have put a link to the Kingdom of Borderland below. We accept anyone as long as you reach or meet, you know, the age requirements, which is the same as the Bannerlord game. But yeah, you know, if Vikings aren't your thing and you want to join one of the other clans, you know, there's loads out there. You've got Kingdom of Poland, the Vale, Knights Hospitaller, the Teutonics of the Teutonic Order. You've got the BRE, who are a French-inspired clan based on the Bretonnians from the Warhammer franchise. If you haven't seen them, they weren't in this event, but they are absolutely worth checking out as well. They, of all the clans, probably enjoy their roleplay the most. Yeah, nice one. So guys, I think we're going to call it a day there. So before I go, thank you very much for everyone that joined. We had a nice little small close-knit community tonight, but whatever you guys, I really enjoyed it tonight. Really, really good way to spend a Sunday. So, thank you for coming, guys, and I shall see you all in the next one.